know the short one you received from the town of Egremont?
Oh, yes. Is it in there?
It's not a dog park.
Oh dear. I apologize. I did receive a letter that was hand-delivered to me from the town of Egremont discussing that they, from the select board that stated that they were going to stop paying their portion of the assessment until the students from the South Egremont School were to be in the building. I believe that's that. I'm sorry, it's not in here. But it was very short. That's the essence of it.
I move that letter be made part of the records.
Yes, I will put it in.
I second that.
Okay.
Do we actually vote on that?
We do need to
Second.
vote. We do need to
And
vote.
we do need to vote on that. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, and immediately send that over to our attorney. So that brings me to the first action. There's been outreach. Our lead attorney on this is Peter Sumner, and he has made outreach to Ken Gogol, the attorney for Egremont, and based on the availability that you gave or gave, and Marcy stated, we are trying to set up a meeting as soon as the first date we gave was November 1st to move this ahead and try to get some action related to getting some quick resolution with the Egremont School. Ken also asked a really good question, which unleashed the 3-page letter that you have in your packet. I sent it to everyone if they wanted to digest it earlier in the day, regarding the whole issue of lead, because it turns out that it was, the laws related to it are more complex than simple. Okay, you do this and then do that. It turns out it's the issues related to how the remediation was done when the building, during their work for lifting up the building.
How the renovation was done?
Yes.
Not the remediation, how the renovation.
Renovation, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I'm
yeah,
listening to
okay.
how the renovation was done. So those were the first issues that were brought to the attention of the town as part of the letter we sent earlier this year. And that's in that letter that you have. And then the issue becomes, in terms of the actions to be taken now regarding the school over the, to get the students back into the school. Now, the latest that we heard, and this, as Beth said, the hot off the press dovetails now, the letter we received at 12 o'clock today dovetails with 5C in this exhibit, which is basically the conclusion of ATC. So that once you have a Massachusetts licensed lead-safe renovator that takes care of all of the issues related to lead, then we can hire ATC or another company for the outside expert who will then take swipes. We don't have to go through a whole thing of iridescent neon signs or anything, to go ahead and ensure that the building is okay. The issue, as we know, is, and that's what the lawyers are dealing with, the issue is going to be that we do not own that building. And the issue is going to be the discussion between the school district and Egremont related to payment is going to be an issue, one. Two, we're continue to be happy that everything we got, the soil is okay, so there are not issues there. And three, it's very clear that where the majority of work is, and you see that it's in the ATC report again, it's all the work that is outside. The majority of the work inside all relates to, not all of them, a lot of it relates to around windows, it relates to some ledges, etc. As I noted in the email, a lot of this, and it goes back to what you were afraid of, just buildings, grounds, and technology have to make these decisions. No, it's going to be the professionals that are brought in. But remember, we said moving ahead with Jeremy, our objective is we're not taking on the responsibility, but we don't want lawyers to hold up getting the information that will be necessary to get the work done. So hopefully we can set up that meeting for next week, and I really appreciate, Art said he would switch lunches and everything, and whatever we could do. So that's the latest status. Now that we have this last report, we have this letter, that's where we stand. Questions, sir?
Yeah, I
Comments?
have a question and maybe a criticism, complaint, that depends how.
So
interpreted.
what else is new? Go
Nothing
right
much.
ahead.
I assume that the letter that you are referring to received at noon today is the letter sent from Murphy, Lemire, and Murphy.
Yes,
to
yes,
you,
the one
addressed
that's
to you.
in there, right.
Okay. Now, was a decision made, and if so, who made it to waive attorney-client privilege with respect to that letter?
It was made by Pete Sumner.
And he said that specifically to you? We waive attorney-client privilege?
He said, I called him and I said, may I distribute this letter this evening to the members of the school committee and make it available to the public in attendance? And he said yes, because the only agreement related to keeping things unwaived, or whatever you use in the legal world, related to not these types of communication.
I didn't say.
So therefore,
No,
I
no.
cleared it.
Okay, that was my only question, not why, but if there had been a waiver, if there had been an indication by our attorneys that they wanted or agreed with a waiver of the attorney-client privilege.
You've got it.
Okay, so that was done.
I'm careful not to sneeze without asking
Okay,
first.
and secondly, and this comes under the category of, I think you might interpret it, or somebody, or maybe everybody interprets it as criticism, but why characterize the findings of the company ATC in its dated today, its limited lead paint determination report? Doesn't the document speak for itself? I mean, why characterize it in an open meeting when the document is now a matter of public record, and why take bits and pieces from it and say what you think it says, rather than just have the community and the school committee and everybody else rely simply on what it does say, not what you think it says, and not what it should say or doesn't say, and highlight certain parts and not other parts. And that's just a question.
it is because the change, which is the only thing that was sent over as Jeremy wanting us to note from the report, this is what we asked ATC to do, was to write an opinion related to actions to be taken. So 5C, since this was just done a couple of hours ago, is what they're referring us to do.
Yeah, I think you misapprehend my comment, my criticism.
Yes.
Which was simply that the document is a document that is now a matter of public record, and as I said, it speaks for itself. It says what it says.
Right.
And once we characterize what it says, we subject ourselves to criticism, among other things, for taking what we think is important out of it, rather than letting the whoever reads it make their own determination, and that's why I object to
Okay.
characterizing
I'm
the
not
letter.
saying it as what's important. Please, if you thought I said it was important. I am just relaying that Jeremy wanted us to look at paragraph 5C. That's it. Okay. Yes.
Just a question, this letter that just came from
Yes.
Egremont,
Mhm.
that wasn't distributed to the school committee, I don't believe, was it?
Yes, it was.
Was it? When did it come? Egremont?
No.
There.
No,
The most recent
No.
one
it
that.
was hand delivered to me and we stamped
At
it in, but we
noon
just,
today or something.
no, that was not new today. It came
Oh,
last week. It came in between, but it didn't make it in here. We just,
Maybe I read it up in the paper.
Yeah, that's where.
I moved and it was voted and it was a second.
But we're going to make it part of it.
We're going to make it part of the record for tonight.
Right, yeah, but I think we should receive a copy also.
Oh,
you
of
should,
course.
yes.
Yeah.
I just did, it's not here, so I can't.
Okay.
give it to
Can
you.
I ask that Lynette send that
Yes.
letter to the school committee members by email tomorrow?
Okay. Other, yes.
I have a question, which is just this question about encapsulation. Does anybody here sort of understand? I know that the measures that are going to be recommended will be recommended eventually, but does anybody have a quick answer to why just painting the interior and encapsulation doesn't attract for the gentleman?
Yeah, we're just for us.
I'm just interested
In
personally.
why encapsulation
Well,
is you have to.
It's more than that. I just want, and I think I understand that
Right.
it is, you need to fully remediate it according to the law, which isn't just reading.
Right, it's a certain type, a lot of us have lead in homes and everything,
Sure.
and you can live with it, but because Massachusetts is one of the states that has these guidelines, you can only hire people who do this type of encapsulation of lead paint. So what will happen is they come in and they paint with a certain kind of paint, and it has to be done in that way, and they have to use that type of paint.
Okay. So just, I'm curious, a ballpark estimate of if we do wind up painting one
Well,
way, what
the
would we do?
problem is,
It's in the
the
report.
issue is
Right.
in the estimates.
But the cost estimate.
No, you're talking about time frame.
Yeah.
The time frame is that people will not bid, Jeremy told us, on the outside if they're asked to do it now, because they said it will not adhere
I'm aware of
because
that.
of the winter. The inside can be done, you know, we could get somebody to bid on it and do it. But according to the report, you know, when the doctor reported, the issue would be, you would immediately have lead tracked into the building. because you can't do anything about the dust coming in. And then if you open the window, the dust is gonna be coming in all the time. So we need to be able to, get Jeremy, who will be handing it over to Buildings and Grounds, to be able to, move ahead with this. And there, hopefully, we'll get some action. I mean, Egremont may say, hey, look, we've got enough people who are willing to do this, take this over. We've got, I've heard all kinds of rumors that people are willing to contribute to do this. They own the building, so there's no reason, if somebody I don't, let's put it like this, I do not know if there is any reason why the inside can't be done tomorrow. If there is a reason, because the way the building is built, if there's some reason, I don't know anything about construction, heating, or whatever. I just know that nobody will touch the outside at this time of the year. So that's the only part I can attest to.
Okay, and our charge at EG&T is to
Right.
figure out whether it's in the budget, and are the lawyers talking about whether there's
Well,
like a deficient
the lawyers will be talking to Egremont related to a number of things related to the September letter that they originally sent, obviously related to the letter that Beth received about non-payment, and the letters and the statements about how to move ahead to resolve it quickly, because we were not happy that the first reaction was, well, just keep us abreast. Keep us abreast is not a solution. We want this resolved. So, because that's not a solution for parents, and that's not a solution that any of us, want. We want the children in the building as soon as it can be made safe. And if it can be made safe now before winter, we all agreed the parents, need to be told, you be prepared for the fact that the soonest it can be done is the spring. We don't want to be in this limbo, and if it's a matter of they want us to litigate, well, we want to know that too. So, we don't want to be told, well, let's just hold it in abeyance. Abeyance is not where we want to be. It's not fair to anybody. And also, because you've got kids, little children who think, oh, is that my school? Is this? Fortunately, they're having a great time. I mean, I check in with Charles all the time. I know Beth does. The kids are having a great time. They met all these other kids that going over whatever they were treated to with the Haley, and then they're doing a project with the up in Hancock Shaker Village, and they're having the babies.
Oh, they're doing
Right.
baby checks.
They're doing the
Yes.
baby chip. I mean, they're having a great time. They're resilient. They're doing the resilience move. But let's get it on, moving ahead. Any other comments, questions, etc.?
I'm
Yes.
curious if in any of our discussions, anybody has, because if we can do the interior work, I'm curious if there's a way to mitigate the outside of the building that isn't necessarily encapsulation. And I guess that may be something we'll have to take up in Buildings and Grounds
Exactly.
to try to speed this up, because I don't think anybody's gonna be happy with a spring answer at this point. And I know there's a lot into this. The building was moved potentially without following lead safe rules, so is there lead dust now inside of the building? That brings up another issue that we're gonna have to address as well. The building will have to be cleaned.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate that we're in the situation that we're in. It's really unfortunate.
Well, that's what I asked Jeremy, and is there something else you can do to mitigate the situation, get through? So fortunately, we have Dennis who knows the history of everything, because on the outside except what's there, because it's historic, it's on a registry of historic buildings. But Dennis right away knew that that is not necessarily the situation. So I told Jeremy that he's gonna have to look into what the situation is with the status of that building, and Buildings and Grounds may have to, because if we could do something, because my original idea was just strip it all and slap, Pentafin on it or something. If that's something that makes it happen quickly, when I gave Jeremy that suggestion, he says, oh, no, you can't do anything on the outside because it's a historic building. So you may have to bring in the resident historic expert, yes.
Let me just clarify that point.
Yes,
so
please.
that people in Egremont don't misunderstand what our thinking is that, yes, it is a historic building.
Right.
It is on a historic register.
Mm-hmm.
The building is not part of a local historic district with a local historic district commission, which is the only way that you would have that exterior control over what you can do to the building.
That's not true. Pardon? If there's a preservation agreement with MHC,
Yeah, you could do that too,
Yes.
right, but I'm saying in general purposes, that, for example, in Sheffield, what was that? Did your phone just die or what at the table? In Sheffield, for example, there's a local historic district in Ashley Falls with a separate local historic district commission than say I'm on the town of Sheffield Historical Commission. But that one is separate with a separate commission, and yes, they have control over the exterior of what can be done to the buildings that are in that defined area, which is kind of you can either do it that way or you can do it with other private agreements like you're talking about.
Yeah.
You're probably used to the Mahawi is part of those.
We are under both.
Right, you're
We
into
have a
both,
local
right.
and-
That's right, you're part of the Great Barrington,
Yes.
The local
Cultural
historic
district.
district.
Yes.
And we also have a preservation agreement with MHC, that's why I'm asking that
Right.
question.
So what it means now is that would be something that would be discussed. Is that a way around having to wait months? Okay.
Just to follow up on this comment and discussion, which is very good, but just to say it directly and plainly, it is good for us to look at whether or not it is possible to remediate the inside now and find a way to get the kids in the building temporarily in a way that's safe, even while we're doing a permanent remediation on the outside, or someone is doing a permanent
Exactly.
remediation on the outside in the spring. That's the direct question that
Right.
we're trying to answer,
That
and that
when
the subcommittee will
Right.
look into.
Yeah, that is exactly what Jeremy, that's the question I put to Jeremy,
Right.
and that's the question, probably the first question of Buildings and Grounds.
Yeah.
Can we get them in there for Thanksgiving? I mean, sooner, whatever. All right. Anything else on that? All right, moving along. I'm so excited.